All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 124, Nick Gibbs. Nick Gibbs is a rapper from Wichita, Kansas. Did you know they have more than just cow tippers out there? Like, we got a legit rapper here. And he's a white dude. Can you imagine white dudes from Wichita? That's weird. This was really fun. The dude showered me with way too much praise. And he's just a super nice guy. He's really talented. I saw him at a show where he was performing, and dude dressed up in a suit, looks good, dressed up, raps well. He's got good stage presence, lights and smoke. Like, it was just it was a really good performance he put on. When he got off stage, I was like, dude, I got to shake this dude's hand and be like, dude, you were awesome. Come on my podcast, please. And he did. He drove 3 hours from Wichita just to do this podcast. Amazing. I really like the dude. I'm going to have him on again in the future. And speaking of future, nice segue. That's why I'm a professional. A professional who doesn't get paid. I think they call that an amateur. Speaking of the future, this might be the last episode of the podcast for a while. I need to take a break. I need to recharge. I've been going hard for 124 episodes, and it's basically just me. Charlie helps me when he comes in and he does the camera work, and I appreciate him very much for that. He's great. But as far as like booking guests and scheduling, clearly doing the interview, uploading it, editing, all that stuff, it takes a lot out of me, and without any real help, it's just. I'm not going to say I'm burnt out, but I just need a break for a little bit. And with my job, December really sucks. So I'm going to take December off, I think, and then come back swinging, restored, refreshed, ready to go in January 2021. Look out. It's going to be a whole new, man, who am I kidding? It's not going to be a whole new anything. It's going to be a refreshed podcast. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the holidays and spending time with my kids and just living life. Thank you guys all for listening and watching the podcast as much you guys have had. And I appreciate all of you. I hope you stick with me. Don't leave. Just take the break. Find some other podcasts to listen to. Check out some of the other Kansas City podcasts. But that's it, man. I just thank you guys. I hope, it's not going to be that long of a break, really. It's just a few weeks, I think, hopefully. But I just want to let everybody know out there. I hope you guys have, I can't talk. Happy holidays. And that's it. Enjoy this episode. Nick Gibbs. Go check his music out. Spotify, all that place. Nick Gibbs. How hard is that? And enjoy it. He's got great music, and enjoy this episode. It was a lot of fun getting to know him and just to really talk and have a good time. It's a good episode. That's it.
Welcome to the Inno Talk podcast. We'll no topic is off limits. Now here's your host, my daddy, and Roy the Soul. Thank you for coming to the Inno Talk podcast. Boom, swat, boom.
In 3, 2, 1. What's up, Nick Gibbs?
What's up?
I'm Ryan Westa.
Hi, Ryan.
This is Neander Talk podcast.
I'm here.
Welcome.
Hey,
man. You might be one of the... you probably show me the most love out of anybody recently. Like, ever since I met you, you're constantly sharing my posts and liking them.
Of course.
And on Facebook, I don't really fuck with Facebook, but I noticed that on there. I'm like, oh, dude.
I got to show support, especially, when you come and see me perform and you take time out of your day to listen to me.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, after my set, you come and let me know, like, how I did.
Yeah.
That's the part that, if you show support, I have to show support.
All right, on.
I mean, it's a given.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah, cool. I don't always do that. A lot of times if there's just somebody, I go to hip-hop shows when I can. If there's someone that stands out or that I've never heard, like I never heard of you or knew anything about you, and all of a sudden this clean cut suit wearing white boy steps up to the stage to start spitting some bars. I was like, oh shit, this dude's, rappers. There's a million rappers, probably 1,500 rappers in Kansas City. I see a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of trashy ones. And then when you happen to see a good one, I want to make sure to be like, yo, not that it means anything. I'm just some random dude, but it's nice. People like to hear that they did a good job. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I came up and was like, yeah, good job, dude. And I will tell you, there was probably a lot of liquid courage involved with that. I was the most drunk I have been since I was like probably 25.
Well, what was your weapon of choice?
That's a good question. That's how drunk I was. Everything.
Oh, no.
Everything. I started out before I left because I Ubered there. I prepared. So I Ubered there, and I had a couple shots before the Uber picked me up because I need to be calm. Like, I'm not afraid to fly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fly across the world. I don't care. That shit don't bother me. But I don't love getting in Uber cars all the time, just...
It's a creepy vibe.
It's not that. It's just I don't trust a lot of these drivers. Like, I was at probably 16, and I was in a bad car accident. So that kind of leaves an imprint on your mind. And you get... I did have PTSD for a while after that. And some of that still lingers, but
yeah,
it's not that bad anymore. I'm fucking 41 now. Figured that shit out.
Well, it makes sense. Like, I had that same problem. I wouldn't drive for a while. Like, you can ask my older brother, like, I would not drive. And I even had a car given to me and everything. And I would not drive.
Wow.
Yeah, well, because my twin is a terrible driver. I'm going to go ahead and say it. He's like the worst. Totaled 5 vehicles in my high school career. And
Whoa.
it started like junior year.
How do you even stay insured on that?
It was expensive.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I mean, some of it was no fault accident and some of it was somebody else's fault. But like, he was prone for all the accidents. And what got me in where I would not drive, like I refused to, was... I got T-boned on my side.
Oh, shit.
My twin was taking me to wrestling practice in high school, and I got clipped on my side. And the cop looked at me and he said, if that airbag did not come out, you wouldn't have made it.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, like, yeah.
That'll freak you out.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to drive because that's all I knew. I knew that just accidents were going to happen if you drove in a car. Mm-hmm. That's all I thought. Not the fact that if you're actually a really good driver, you kind of have that control a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but still, you can't control getting T-boned.
No.
You can be doing everything right. Some asshole runs a red light and just smashes into the side of you.
And that makes sense. And that's what I feel like in the back of my head, that was the voice that told me, screw all that driving shit.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah, so that, that's it. It's funny what kind of impressions leave on your mind from tragic events and how long they can stay there. So yeah, whenever I get in an Uber now, it's fine. I trust them for the most part, but there still is a little bit of that, please don't be a maniac. Please don't get in a wreck. I was in an Uber at the beginning of this summer, and we went from here down to the Crossroads, Kansas City. And the Uber's pulling up to a stop sign with a crosswalk. And I see this dude in the wheelchair going across the crosswalk.
Oh.
I was like, oh, shit, this dude's going to hit him. Like, I saw it happening. The driver did not see. Hits the dude in the wheelchair. Oh. Luckily, it wasn't super hard or super fast. It bumped him, scared the hell out of the dude in the wheelchair. The Uber driver jumps out real quick and is like, oh, man, are you all right? All right. And we see him take out money, and he's like offering the guy in the wheelchair, and the dude in the wheelchair was like, no, I'm fine.
Take the money.
Right. Uber driver comes back in, jumps into the car, and pretends like nothing happened. He just, the girl and I, we looked at each other like, what do we do? Like, our stop was like 2 blocks away. So he pulls over to stop us, and I go, sir, you just left me in a very odd predicament here. I go, you just hit a guy in a fucking wheelchair. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, you're an Uber driver. I'm sitting in the back here, and you just hit a dude in a wheelchair and just took off? Like, what am I supposed to do? And he was like, white as a ghost. He was nervous and scared as it was from hitting the dude, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But he was just like, I go, what do you want me to do? I go, tell me. He didn't say anything. I go, you want me to keep my mouth shut, don't you? I go, of course you do. I go, that's what I would probably want. You don't want to be told on.
No.
I go, but I don't know what to do here. I go, I guess I'm not going to call the cops on you.
No.
And I jumped out and we got out of the car and then immediately called Uber or texted Uber and was like, hey, this dude just hit a dude in a wheelchair and, bounced.
Damn.
And they're like, oh, we're sorry about that. And we talked to them. They gave us the free ride, which was cool. It was like a $35 trip. So that was nice.
Okay. I'll take that.
And then afterward, he took off, whatever. We got our free trip. But then I wanted to go find the guy in the wheelchair because I was, I wanted to make sure he was all right and that his chair was all right. Because he got hit and it was one of those motorized nice chairs.
Oh, yeah, the hover rounds?
Yeah, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so I went to go find him just because who knows, maybe he got hit and was scared or didn't know that maybe a wheel got turned. Mm-hmm. I want to so everything was fine. He was, he was kind of laughed about it. I was like, yeah, the guy offered me $20.
$20 for getting hit? Mm-hmm. No.
And he didn't take it. The guy didn't take it.
What would your price tag be if you got clipped?
Like he did, like no real injury, just kind of let me capitalize on this dude's paranoia.
I mean, at least a McDonald's burger, right?
Yeah, I would have been like, I don't know.
I think my price would have been at least a burger. You gotta buy me something to eat. I gotta eat that off.
Well, I don't want to go have a burger with you, but give me money for a burger.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like
$20.
Yeah, throw me a good burger price.
Yeah,
I'll go grab a nice burger and have a
$20 burger's that's a burger and a beer for sure.
That is a burger and a beer.
Hell yeah,
with bacon. You put bacon on that bitch.
I love bacon.
Oh yeah. Shout out to bacon. It's like the salt of meats, belongs on everything.
Does. That'd be a good salt substitute. Just take it and grind it up and just sprinkle it on whatever you want instead of salt.
Bacon bits.
Bacon salt.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, so at that Roxy, at your show, I took a couple shots before in the Uber to get there. And then I think I started drinking vodka sodas with a lime. And I was just pounding them. I don't know how many I had. I started buying shots for everybody. I was doing shots. It was a good time.
That is a good time.
And so I was destroyed. Like after people left, there was like still a bunch of us hanging out in the parking lot. Like I got into like some kind of dance off.
Did you win?
With some dude, of course.
Of course.
I destroyed this dude. It was great.
Crumping on him,
And then Uber came and drove me home, and I posted a picture on my Instagram, actually, after I got home, and I captured it. This is probably the drunkest photo I've ever taken. It's still on my Instagram. It's just me laying on the ground or the stairs there.
Oh, no.
It's so bad. I had to leave it up. I took it as, just...
That's what happens when you do multiple drinks in various kinds. You gotta kind of like stay with one the whole night,
It wasn't that. It was just how many I had. I had so many of them so fast. Like I was just chugging them.
Well, they were delicious after a certain point,
Yeah, we're just feeling good, and you want to keep that feeling going, and then you overshoot.
That was a good show, though. There was a
great show.
A lot of people.
I was very surprised. That was like the first post-COVID show I went to, and it was in Kansas. Mm-hmm. And here I am in Missouri, and our rules are a little bit different.
Yeah.
And when I pulled up, the bouncer ticket guy was like, I asked him, I was like, do I have to wear a mask? He goes, nope. I go, not even is it just when I sit down, though? He's like, no, you don't have to wear a mask at all.
Wow.
It's like, whoa, okay.
That's peculiar. I mean, that's scary a little bit, People are just rolling around with no masks, I wore a mask until my performance, and I put it back on.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that wore masks, but a lot of people that weren't.
Well, I mean...
I wasn't.
I get it. So, like, either way, it's all about your immune system, how you handle it, Mm-hmm. I have kind of like a weak immune system sometimes, so I wear the mask just so I can make sure I can continue doing shows, because right when I get COVID, no one's going to want to come to my show,
Not for 2 weeks.
I know, but some people are still paranoid about it, like super paranoid. So one of my buddies has COVID, and I haven't seen him ever since he got diagnosed with COVID. He's like, nah, I'm just staying in the house. And
Even after he had it?
yeah, he's just like, nah, I'm not gonna be around anybody.
No, he doesn't have to worry about it now. Once you
Well,
got it,
Yeah,
you're
I
good.
don't know what his mindset was because I said the same thing. I was like, hey, you kind of already mission accomplished.
You got the
know?
antibodies now. You're good.
Yeah.
You're immune for at least a little while.
But he's still just like, I don't want to get it again. It was terrible. I couldn't taste my food, and he loves food.
That would suck. That
So-
would suck. Even if I didn't like get full on sick, but that happened,
Yeah,
that would suck. That happened too.
you couldn't taste bacon. That's the
Yeah, I
problem.
could not taste
No.
bacon.
That's a scary thought. I just enjoyed a breakfast burrito this morning, and if that was the last time I could taste some good food like that, yeah, no, I put Cholula on it and everything. I would have broken my heart. But
I'm a breakfast burrito fanatic.
dude,
Love me breakfast burritos. I love all burritos, man.
it's just
food.
convenient, you know. You can walk around the house, finish getting ready, and eat a burrito.
Yeah.
You know,
They're the best.
they're just phenomenal.
Convenient, yeah. Cheap to make, cheap to buy.
Oh man, put some eggs, ham on it,
Uh-huh.
some Cholula. Yeah. game
So
over.
yeah, that was a dope show. Gotta
Thank
miss.
Yes. Shout out to God.
Gotta miss Alan Wayne. You. Who's that Twista? Who's that Twista dude? That real fast dude.
Oh,
I know it's
group,
not Twista, but
the rap group.
Twisted Insane. Is that them? Wasn't one of the dudes from that there? Maybe I'm thinking of a different show.
It could have been a different show because I probably would have been.
I was really drunk. The next day, I couldn't get out of bed. Like, it was bad. Like, it fucked me up for almost 2 days.
Yeah, hangovers, especially when we get older, they just last longer.
We get older. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah, you ain't old, son. You're 27.
I'm feeling it.
Are you?
Hangovers last longer.
You're too.
They linger.
You're too young to be feeling that old.
Well, I felt at 25. So 25 after my birthday, the next day, I was like, dude, why am I still hungover? It's been about like 4 hours. I should have been done. You know. And you just realize that you're getting older. You need to slow down a little bit. You're not invincible like you were when you were 18.
Yeah, I have a hard time convincing myself that I'm not invincible still. I still got that stupid 21-year-old mindset. Like, nothing's going to take me down. I got this shit. And then I do get punched down the next day. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Too old.
Friendly reminder. Like, hey, by the way, speaking of which, remember when you were born? Yeah. And it's happening.
Yeah, there it is.
God, I've been there.
Nick Gibbs is a rapper out of Wichita.
Wichita, Kansas. Yeah.
Wichita, Kansas. My last episode or 2 episodes ago, I can't remember, I had a producer on that's from Wichita.
Really? What's his name?
Bergotti.
That sounds really familiar.
Now he lives here, and he does a lot of shit. Oh, I forgot which studio, but down in Westport somewhere.
Nice. He needs to hit me up.
Okay, I told him about it. I talked about you on that episode.
Yeah, people don't know me.
People don't. It's probably hard to be known when you're in Wichita.
It's a very tough. I mean, if you can get your name out there in Wichita, you can get it out anywhere because Wichita is kind of like they're very cliquey, you know.
I don't know shit about Wichita. I've been there one time to watch a hockey game back in probably 1999. Nope. That might have been Topeka. Well, it's the Scarecrows.
Yeah, that's Topeka. That's
All right.
nice.
Well, you know what? I don't even think I've ever been to Wichita.
Well, I need to invite you. You need to come out.
Seems like a far drive.
It is a far drive. At least 3 hours.
Oh, my God. Did you come all the way out here for this?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I did. I was honored.
Damn.
You know?
Don't be honored.
I am. Seriously, it was great. I mean, I take it seriously, and when people invite me, I take it seriously.
Awesome.
I mean, just because it's a 3-hour drive doesn't mean if I say I'm going to be here, I'm going to be here.
3-hour tour.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you making the drive to come out here.
Absolutely.
It's a bummer Alan couldn't be on, but I'm sure we can do this again, and
Absolutely.
we'll get his ass in here talking about.
I'll actually be back December 5th.
He's gonna be gone until Christmas, he said.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know I will be because Joey Cool's performing at the Roxy.
Okay.
And I will be there co-headlining for that show.
Okay. Who else will be there? Do you know?
Well, I know my twin who just came back from the military, who's originally my hype man, is going to be there. So,
nice.
That's going to be insane. I mean, stage presence from when you saw it last has changed tremendously.
Really?
Yeah.
From just a couple months ago?
Oh,
How so?
Well, so we've done some advancements on like the smoke,
Okay.
lighting, We've got specific lighting that fits in line with the show set.
Oh,
I've got
wow.
a stand-up box that has a light underneath me, so when I stand on it, it emphasizes me on it. Banners we're in the works of like a little bit better banners. Merch has been a little bit more advanced as well, so I have a little bit more shirts ready to go.
Damn.
So, I mean, we just putting in a lot of work. My goal is to try to get this EP done, so I'll have physical copies for the shows from now on, so people will be able to walk home with the CD, you know.
Yeah,
so,
those are kind of harder and harder to get rid of, though, don't you think?
It is, and that's the thing is, I have, like, at least in Wichita, I had at least 50 people ask me for a CD.
Okay,
Like
well, that's Wichita. They're probably behind the times by about 5 or 6 years.
Well, here's the thing. I also got people in Kansas City, too. So, like, I have a good handful. So, shout-outs to Jess and Rob Dalby. They both wanted to buy a physical copy, and Megan also decided to buy a physical copy.
I love the physical copies. I wish they were more prevalent. I wish they, I love it. I love getting an album. I love album art. I love reading it. I just love everything about albums, like CD covers, everything.
It's something physical.
Yeah.
You have it in hand.
Yep. It's just with technology these days, they're just, like, I bought a car recently. It's a 2019, and it doesn't have a CD player in it. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's sad.
That is sad. I was so bummed out. I couldn't not buy the car because of that reason, because I do love Bluetooth. I mean, I listen to everything mainly on Spotify. But, I have some albums here. Like, I got my friend Brandon Patrick. He's a comedian. And he has, like, that one of those albums you can only get on CD.
Wow.
So it's like...
Plus, you can sign them.
Yeah.
So, like, the first 100 that I make, I'm going to sign each individual one.
Yeah, that's fun.
And, like, put the number underneath. So, like, out of 100, this is the number of it. So, kind of build some nostalgic portion for me, at least. So, like, I'm going to keep the first physical copy for myself and have that sitting in my wall that I'm going to create.
Nice.
So, I'm you gotta have that for yourself too. So part of it's not necessarily for the fans, because it is for the fans, but the other part is for yourself. You gotta have that, because who knows? Phones may not be working. My phone could be off. I could be broke and never, do rap ever again, but I could still look at that physical copy.
Yeah.
So
you know what I think is dope, and I wish a lot of people would do, is records.
Yes. But they're so expensive, because I looked
to
at
make.
So I looked.
You'd have to make just a few, like, specialty ones, like 20 at a time or something.
I gotta have people pre-buy them if I'm gonna get it. Like, you have to cover the cost for it, because they are super expensive, but they're cool. The way that they do them, like, I saw J. Cole's so we have a vintage stock in Wichita.
Okay.
And you go there, and they have a bunch of records there. Of course, I saw J. Cole's album. I saw, Dr. Dre's album all on, like, vinyl, and I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go buy a turntable.
Right.
Because it's something about it. Like the sound where you put it down, where you drop the needle, and you're listening to it. That's like...
And just the history of it. The history of the record player.
That originated everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And then you just look at, like, the history of hip-hop with records and DJing, spinning, and all that shit. It's like...
Scratching, all that.
Yeah, there's just so much that goes into record players, and it's one of the bummer, you get the double-edged sword with technology. Like, the ease and access is just awesome. Like, I spend $12 a month, whatever it is, for Spotify, and I have access to everything.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, one CD's $12 back in the day, $15. That's just one CD.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean...
But then you lose out on the coolness of records.
Dude,
you lose out on that. And there's a different sound. There's a different bit of a sound, different tones that come out of it, and then just the culture around it. There's no culture with Spotify. There's no,
Well, you don't meet up at a store.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times, like, back in the day when I would go buy a CD, because I was in that era, where CDs became the most prevalent. I even had a Walkman, and
CD Walkman?
Yep.
Yeah, I had one of those.
And
sucked.
And you had to hold it like this
so
while
when
you're walking home. Yep. So you don't scratch that CD that you stole from your dad's closet,
Yeah.
Because I found an NWA CD from my dad, and I took that and snuck it in my Walkman and was listening to it, because I liked rap music. I had a buddy back in the day. I mean, old buddy. He probably doesn't even remember me. But Austin Walker, I was riding on the bus with him, and he introduced me to Bone Crusher, Never Scared, and DMX Party Up in Here. Like, those are the two that he had on this CD, and he would always play them every morning. So we just sit there and listen to it on the bus. I was like 8 years old.
Oh,
I
shit.
had no business listening to that music. No business.
I got some stuff like I listened to Two Live Crew at too young of an age.
Yeah. It kind of, it's bad for you, you know?
It's
I didn't need to know the lingo that I learned.
music can be very impressionable you can put some things into innocent minds at too young of an age for sure.
Yeah, a lot of it I didn't even know what he was saying.
Right.
You know? I was just like, ooh, wow, okay, this is really cool.
Mhm.
I like this beat. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Up in here. Up. Like,
Yeah.
and now, you know, I rap. I don't know. Maybe that could have been the influence at that time. Maybe I just loved rap music from the get-go.
Yeah.
And just fell into it.
Did you always listen to rap, or did you
Always.
Like, that's always been your jam?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I like old school. So old school things I thoroughly enjoy. Like, I'm a big fan of, like, KRS-One, Chino XL. You know, I was listening to The Wake Up Show with Tech Nine and King Tech and Slim Shady. And, you know, that portion right there I was listening to religiously. And then I got, like, tied into a lot of, like, West Coast style.
Okay.
So NWA, I had the Straight Outta Compton album that I stole from my dad's closet. And I would listen to that all the time. And then...
It's a great album.
Oh, it's solid.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, every song, you could play every song in that album and nonstop. Play it on repeat. And that's what I did. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, I stole it from my dad. So first of all, I'm wrong for stealing. So, and then we go round two with stealing. I'm also listening to a song that I probably shouldn't be listening to, or a whole CD for that matter. But...
Yeah, you fuck the police at 8 years old.
Yeah, fuck the police.
Yeah,
8 years old. Why not? You know,
right.
And watch Cops later. You know, it's just so weird. But
yeah, I got a 7-year-old. If next year he came home with like some whatever, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of something bad. I can't think of any, like fucking Brother Lynch or something like that.
Oh, that would be a bad
That
one.
would freak me out if Brother Lynch comes. You know,
That's
my son at 8 years. Yeah.
That's a scary dominant kid. Like I'd ask him permission. Like, do you want to be grounded this week?
Yeah.
Okay?
What's going on with you?
Can you not hurt me, please? You listen to bad songs, but yeah, I don't know how I'd handle that too. If like my kiddo, because I have a 3-year-old about to be 4. If he came home listening to like Brother Lynch Hung,
right?
First of all, I'd be kind of hyped because I listen to Brother Lynch Hung,
Yeah.
so I'd be like, okay, cool, yeah, that's great. But why are you listening to Brother Lynch Hung?
Yeah.
And why are you listening to that song in particular? That's a good one, but still a bad one. You know?
Yeah. It's good, just not good for you.
Yeah, mixed emotions would happen at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've always listened to. I think West Coast is probably my favorite. Like, I'm a big Tupac fan. E40, Be Legit. You know, of course you got NWA.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube kind of like paved the way for his kiddos and made a good life for himself. So it inspired me.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against West Coast, that's for sure.
It's solid.
Especially the classics, the greats. Too Short. I was a big Too Short guy.
Ooh, yeah. Too Short slaps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised I didn't mention Too Shorts. I'm too short. Too Shorts.
Too Short.
Really?
Too Short. Biatch.
Biatch.
I like East Coast too, man. I mean, you liked it. You like DMX.
Yeah.
KRS-One. Let's see. Yeah, I was. I like it all. I loved East and West. Big Wu-Tang fan, but
Yes.
I really liked Southern hip hop. I really like Southern hip hop.
So like
Dirty South.
Slim Thug,
Some Thug.
Outkast.
8 Ball and MJG.
Yep.
That's
3-6 Mafia.
My favorite. Oh my gosh, I love 8 Ball and MJG.
Dude,
3-6 Mafia, sure.
Project Pat's pretty fire.
Mafia.
I like Project Pat. I hit him up. I want him to do a feature with me. Like, come on, dude. Let's work.
How long you been rapping? How long you been taking it serious?
Seriously, I would say about 2 years.
Okay.
Like, I did my first track, kind of bullshit a little bit. I include that into the 2 years because that kind of, like, helped pave the way for me. I always freestyled. So, like, off the top of the dome, just freestyle. I'd go to,
Any
like...
rap battles or anything?
Oh, no. But here's the thing. Like, I like to promote. I don't like to really talk down on people. So, like, I'll listen to battle rap. I'm a big fan of, like, Loaded Lux, Charlie Clips, Conceited. I mean, those wordplay just out of this fucking world.
Right.
And then you got Arsenal, and then you've got DNA. DNA is pretty good, too. But I would listen to them, and that's what kind of made me realize that, I mean, I could probably battle rap somebody. If I really don't like that individual, I could feel that way, you know. But I like positivity. I like to uplift people.
Right on.
So like, if in my songs, sometimes it may not say that, but it's my own interpretation of like what I feel is right for like an artist. People have like died for this music, like legitimately died. So like Tupac is like one of my biggest inspirations in music. I think it all started because him and I are born the same day.
Okay.
So June 16th. We were both born June 16th. And he died making this music, right? And you have people that come into this game
and promoting it, really, if you think about
God.
it. A lot of the reasons why he got killed was just the way he was promoting it.
He made it iconic.
You know, when you started a East Coast, West Coast beef for promotion.
Yeah, it's
and
remarkable.
You get shot.
And he got shot. And like, you have people like that who die trying to make this culture something significant. So like people like Snoop Dogg can meet up with people like Master P and actually make millions doing music. You know what I mean? And you have people who come into the game and they don't respect it. They disrespect the people who paved the way for them to be here, because without those artists that they disrespect, they wouldn't be into the relevance that they are today. So like when I heard Kodak Black say he's better than Biggie and Tupac, at that point I knew for a fact he was only doing it for shock factor.
Every rapper does that. I don't think I've met a rapper that doesn't, like in here, that doesn't think they're the best. You know what I mean? Like they don't, they just always think they're the best. They're number one. And to them, I mean, I say, yeah, I get it. It's like, you can get away with it just saying, that's just my opinion. In my opinion, I'm the best.
And that's, for me, that's not correct. It's not realistic.
Right.
Like, let's be realistic on it.
Right.
And that's a lot of what my music says. It's not out of hatred. It's just more shining a light of the negativity of lying to yourself.
Okay.
Or lying to others to create this fallacy or this impression that you're the also great artist. But you're like, if we pick apart what you say in your songs, or if you can't even freestyle in a rap, but you want to embrace the culture, but you can't even embrace the fact of mastering or honing your skills to the way that these other artists did. So like Tupac, if you told him to freestyle off the top, that's exactly what he would have done.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have said, nah, I don't freestyle. Nah, I can't do that.
No, there were those people. I've seen them. They're like, no, you got to pay me.
Well, I get...
You got to pay me. I'm not going to just freestyle. It's not free. You got to pay me. I've seen some big names do that shit.
I get that. But what I'm saying is like, in the sense of it rather you can or not. There's artists nowadays who can't put in a simple sentence or a bar together, or I guess a subject matter that falls in place. Everything just seems all over the place. When you're talking about one thing and then going to something else for 2 seconds and then going to something else instead of following into a subject pattern which fits in line to a song, people like Tupac, when they were talking about things like giving respect to their mothers or uplifting women and do positivity into the world and like give it out. You got kids nowadays who badmouth it, defame it, and then they don't respect it. And I guess in my mind, that's disrespectful. I'm going to call it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's kind of what some of my songs come into play. Like, I know Sick With It is one of those. Chaos is kind of the same way,
How many songs you got on Spotify?
I've got 4 right now.
I thought so.
I'm almost there. So I've got 2 songs right now. They're being mixed and mastered as we speak. I talked to them today.
Crisscross, is that the newest one?
Yes, Crisscross.
I like that one.
Thank you.
I like them all. I mean, I like your stuff. I wouldn't have you here if I didn't.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, respect your game. And yeah, so you're into the promotion, huh? That's your thing?
Mm-hmm. So
You got to be, man. That's such a huge part of any creative
mm-hmm.
person. Like, and that's what separates the people that make it or even make a dent to
Right.
those that don't, that have been hustling hard. Like, to be honest, like, I wish I knew how to promote. I'm not a promoter. Like, I believe this podcast would be a lot bigger if I knew what the fuck I was doing promoting, but I just enjoy having a good time and doing this. Like, my brain doesn't think. Like, I get some promotive ideas, but then they fizzle out, or I don't know how to capitalize or keep going with it.
Well, I've been getting guidance from it. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of what you have here is phenomenal. You obviously invested into it. Like, I know the viewers can't really see everything in here, but this is phenomenal.
Thanks, man.
So the setup is phenomenal. I like the way you handle it, the demeanor. I'm relaxed. I'm chilling.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's a good vibe, and I think promotional comes with time, all the time.
Yeah.
So like from when I first started, like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years, and the only reason why I've gotten to where I am is from guidance that I've gathered from people who see something in me and believe in what I do. So, I mean, from my basis, I can go with mention off a handful of names of people who have taken time to guide me, even if it's just for a little bit. Like Unique, for an example, met up with me at my show, at the Godimus show, and gave me just a little
Unique?
Mm-hmm.
I know him. He's been on the show.
Yeah, he's a beautiful person.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
I got a lot of love for him.
Do you know he used to be a stripper?
I did not. I feel like I would have been fine without that information, though.
Yeah, well, I gotta let it out there. That's good information.
I'm gonna look at him different. Like, hey, what's up, dude?
What's up, tripod?
Yeah. Damn.
Shout out to Unique.
Unique is the shit. I
He's
love
good.
That guy.
Do you know Flu?
I have not met Flu yet.
Oh yeah, him and Unique and Influence. They used to be connected at the hip. I think they still do shit together, but I think they kind of, I don't know, with COVID and everything, kind of do their own thing sometimes. But
yeah, it's fair.
Check out Flu.
I will check out Flu.
He's cool.
Absolutely. I'm sure I'll meet him eventually.
Yeah.
I've been meeting a lot of people from Kansas City, which, I mean, that's what I love the most is
It's a good spot.
Oh, everybody shows support. I love the support that I'm getting.
Yeah.
At least I'm getting tremendous amount of support. I mean, I hear a lot of things, of course.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm from the outside looking in, you know, I've got a lot of good people that I've met and that I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I'm thankful.
Keep hanging around and doing shows with them strange people.
Oh, that's what I need. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's where I want to be signed, like legitimately.
Yeah.
If you told me
you want to be signed, don't want to be some major independent dude.
I want to be part of
Go
Strange.
Young Dolph on everybody.
As much as I want to be Young Dolph, I don't think I've always had that vision. Like I've legitimately like dreamt about it, you know, of what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And Strange Music is definitely it. It's the only record label I truly believe in. I mean, besides Shady Records, but Shady Records is like one of those things. It's like, it's not next door, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Strange Music is kind of in your backyard. Your neighbor's backyard, anyways. You can hop the fence over, yeah. Just hop on over.
It's a nice skip and a jump, but it just logistically makes sense. And the artists that I've met or hung around with, like, of course, I've met Godimus a couple of times, and Joey Cool and Darren Saffron, and, you know, I've met Ritz several times. I've met Tech a couple times. Brotherland Chung is super cool. I think the biggest one that helps solidify my decision, if like the paperwork ever comes from Travis, it's going down. Like we will figure it out. We'll whatever we got to do to get it figured out. Where I can get on that label, it's gonna happen. Cause like C-Lim is probably the biggest influence out of it.
Oh wow!
So I met C-Lim at Dreamland. It's a place in Iowa where Tech Nine was performing for, I think it was a Strictly Strange tour, and it had Brotherland Chung, Cess Crew, Stevie Stone, Chris Calico, and C-Lim was there. He was following the tour.
Okay.
Dilemma was supposed to be there, but Dilemma couldn't make it in time for the show. But when I met C-Lim in person, I slapped hands and I said, "Hey, I'd like a mask." because he sells masks himself.
Mm-hmm.
Check out Cuzalo Inc. masks, everyone on the podcast. Go support my boy Selim. He was the first legitimate individual, like, besides my friends, this is a stranger. And I followed him on Instagram and chatted with him and said, hey, thank you for the support,
Mm-hmm.
because, he made sure I got a mask saved, and he made sure I had it before I met Tech and everybody for signature.
Cool.
So he made sure that everybody was able to sign this mask, which I still have hanging on my wall. It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
But that moment, I didn't know the significance of it, because when that moment came, I made my first song and I sent it to him. And instead of just viewing it, he said, wow, that's some really good stuff. Here's what I feel like you should do here.
Oh, cool.
Gave me a legitimate artist critique.
Yeah.
This guy I've met once.
Mm-hmm.
I was super nice to him, and, being cordial back, which is like one of the biggest lessons I'd give to anybody who's really trying to make it in music. If you just be yourself, but be a respectful version of yourself, say please and thank you,
Right.
proper
be a decent
manners.
human being.
Oh my God. Just don't come off cocky like you own the bitch.
Yeah.
And you'll meet some really good people, and then they will legitimately want to help you out if you just be legitimately humble and thankful for it.
Yeah.
And so I was just like,
It's tremendous advice.
some people get in their own head. You have people telling you how great you are at all times.
There's a lot of egos. I mean, in the rap game. I mean, in the music game, especially in the rap game, there's a lot of fucking egos.
And it's unnecessary. You don't need to.
Yeah. I mean, it's where therapy comes in for some of these people,
Well,
right?
I think I think some of that is self-reflection, and I'm not the end-all be-all, like the smartest, most intellectual guy, but I at least know the basic.
I am. With
Exactly.
no ego. I
If
am
we-
the smartest person I've ever met, and I have no ego.
It's the beard. The beard grows wisdom.
Yeah.
I got minimum.
You'll get there.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You'll get there.
I'm becoming a real boy.
This beard's getting out of control.
It-
I think about shaving it every day.
I will say it's pretty, like, right here, this part right here,
Mm-hmm.
it's clean cut, and your mustache isn't over your, like.
Oh, it is. I just kind of waxed it and parted it a little bit today, and I usually straighten it, but I didn't have time to straighten it this morning, so it's all
It looks nice.
Mount Manny.
I'll go ahead and say it looks nice.
Thanks, man.
But where I'm getting with it is, like, I'm not necessarily the most intellectual, but just following the basic, being nice to people
Right.
takes you a long way.
The
And
golden rule
dude,
for a reason.
and I just so happened to meet one of the coolest individuals I've ever met. In the sense of how respectful he was. He listened to me, and when I sent stuff, he gave honest feedback back. And one day, just out of nowhere, I'm driving to Kansas City to go pick up my boy, and he messages me and says, hey, I want to do a song with you.
Ha!
And I was like, oh, no shit.
Nice.
And so I hit him back. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah, when?
Well,
now? Where are
like-
you? I'm coming your way.
And he lives in California.
Oh, shit.
That's the crazy part. This guy's from, I don't know specifically in California. All I know is Newport, California is where he invited me for this award ceremony that he does. It's called the GERD Awards. And people like Snoop Dogg, Tech Nine, Nipsey Hussle, Kevin Gates, pretty much it's Strange Music sponsored event. I got invited to go there after I did my song with him. So after I did Shit Starter, which is the song with Selim,
Mm-hmm.
He nominated me for an award at that point. Because I knew a little bit about him, but I didn't know a tremendous amount.
Mhm.
I just wanted to keep it grounded. If I know too much about this individual, I'm going to start acting
Freaking
corny.
out.
Yeah, I'm going to act corny, know?
Mhm.
I'm going to start coming with it with, like, praise to you type bullshit,
Okay.
I want to still be authentic and be real.
Right.
And, I found out he actually hosts the GERD Awards. And he nominated me for a Mover Shaker Award. I think it was last year when he nominated me. And I actually won.
Oh, shit.
It was crazy.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank
What
you.
did you get, a trophy or something? A
Yeah.
plaque?
I got an award. So, like, kind of like the Grammys.
Oh,
except
cool.
It's an individual with a mask on, and he has a Mac 10.
Dope.
Yeah, it's super cool.
That's cool.
It's like the coolest award I've ever received. And I
Right.
keep it I keep it right next to my bedside.
Of course you do.
So, like, when I wake up and I turn over, I got to be reminded, like, bro, you got to keep going. You got to get that second one.
There you go.
You
Little
need
motivation.
You know, just don't waste your time. This is your day. Make it happen type scenario. But, like, it all started from, like, a couple songs that, you know, at the time were good. Looking back at it now, I'm my heaviest critic. So I'm like, those were subpar songs. And
well, that's good. That's what you want to get to. And you want to say that here in about 2 years. You want to look at your songs now going, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, I
damn,
get that.
I'm so much better now.
And it's all about progression. I keep all of my old songs still on my phone. And, like, I play them in the morning right before I'm about to, because I write every morning. So I write freestyle on my way to work, but I listen to my tracks in the morning while I'm waking up, you know? And it kind of reminds me, like, where I was at. I'm listening to it and, like, critiquing, like, ooh, I should have done this here. The delivery could have been better here, and things like that. I'm going off topic. I'm sorry.
We're good.
And I'll be all with it. It's just like I'm a big fan of, like, always trying to go the next step. And the next step for me is that other award, and, you know, hopefully one day to get signed by Strange. But, you know, Selim was the one that kind of said, hey, it's possible with us, and I like the way you move and, like, how you handle yourself. And it kind of, you know, I've never gotten that kind of love and respect from another artist, even locally. You know,
that's huge. That's really cool.
It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Like, to that extent. Like, this dude shares Shit Starter on repeat on his page all the time.
Okay.
And I don't even have, like, friends that will share it every day. And
friends, you gotta not worry. Yeah, if you're, I think as a, you know, I don't consider myself super creative, but this is like a creative avenue pursuit that I'm on. I've come to accept a long time ago, not even accept, just not expect my friends to do. I don't expect them to listen to the show. I don't expect them to like my posts or promote the anything like that. They're just. I get it, man. We're just friends. You know, we're friends. Like, you know me. You've known me forever. Like, you shouldn't feel like, I don't know. I think that's a trap some people might fall into as creatives, is getting upset or butthurt about their friends not doing enough in their minds for them.
And it's funny how you say that, because I used to get mad. I used to be that way. And then I realized
it's easy. It's easy. It's easy to get, like, come on, man. I've worked hard on this. Don't you like me? Just do something.
You're my boy. Come on. And here's the crazy part: is it's not the fact that they don't notice and they don't support, because they do listen. Like, I went over to my friend's house and he was playing it on repeat. They don't just announce it to get that kind of praise. You know, they do support, and they support in their own way. You know. Selim, his support in a different way with it, because he's in the promotional standpoint. Like, he loves to promote individuals that he believes in, and he believes in himself the most. So he'll play his stuff on repeat. But when him and I had the conversations that we did, the way that we handled Shit Starter took a long time. Like, when I bought the feature, it was about 6 months before I finally got it back. And I was like, oh, shit, I completely forgot about this. I need to start writing myself.
Yeah.
And so when I got it back and I got my stuff written out and put it all together, this guy started posting videos of, like, people dancing to it, people vibing to the song. And I was like, holy shit, this guy's really... He's not just taking the feature and run. You know, he's actually going to promote it as well. And
he's probably proud of it. He wants people to hear it.
And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that situation. I didn't expect it. And it was a curveball, but it also reminded me, holy shit, I'm not promoting as much as I need to. And this is my track. He's promoting. So I'm a little competitive at that point.
You gotta be.
Okay. You're gonna out promote me on my own song?
Yeah,
okay.
Nice.
Okay. So that's what kind of motivated me, and like what you said earlier, like you're kind of like a promotional person. And I try to be, because of what I've learned from that experience is, you know, if somebody else is sharing my song that we did together more than I am, do I really want to do this? And my answer was yes every time. So I got to push more.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think everybody has their own flavor. I think you have your own level of success that I think is phenomenal. I mean, I'm more than happy to drive 3 hours to come to your
that's
podcast.
dope, man. I'm excited.
Like, your podcast is super amazing.
Thanks, man.
Like, on some real level shit,
I believe in it. That's funny. Like, I joke around a lot of times because of the rappers I have on and how much they're like, I'm the greatest. So I do have like a little inside joke, where I say this is the best podcast in Kansas City, just coming from that angle.
Well, you got to say it with your chest, right?
I to be honest, I do believe it, but then also part of it is like, just part of that, I don't know, promotion. Like, yo, I am the best.
You definitely have. I've been to a couple podcasts.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. We're in a little bit. Tell me about some of the podcasts.
So,
because you've had some not great experiences or some weird ones.
Oh my gosh! So like, I think one of the biggest things about this podcast in particular is, the focus is on the artist. You've asked far more questions about me and like what I'm doing, and not promoting yourself or talking about yourself majority of the time. And that's what kind of blows my mind. I've been to some podcasts where I've probably made like 4 or 5 sentences and then get cut off, and then they're instantly talking about something else.
Okay.
Like this, I think one of my favorite ones besides this one on a podcast is Marcy and Jake. They have their own podcast in Wichita. And
what's it called?
It's just Marcy and Jake.
Okay,
that's
cool.
it.
Shout out to Marcy and Jake.
Hey, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
And they're beautiful people. Like, I've hung out with them multiple times.
Nice.
Their son, Joaquin, aka MAS, which is phenomenal. Do me a favor, please listen to him.
I will.
He beatbox, raps, and he's a DJ.
Okay.
Like, he's triple
threat.
He's amazing.
The hat trick.
Oh my God. And his mother and father was like, hey, we have a podcast. We'd love to have you on.
Nice.
And I went, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with my twin, and it started off bad. Like it started off really bad. And it was not Marcy, it was not Jake, but my twin. My twin just wanted to talk. And he just kept talking and talking, cutting off sentences and things like that. Until we went into our first break, and I turned to him. I said, dude. And he goes, what? Can you shut up? Like my name is literally on the title of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm thankful that you helped get me to this point.
Right.
But you're doing most of the interview that is meant for me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, it was just like this kind of conversation right here. Nice. Where it's like friends chatting.
Yeah.
And you just relax. I'm super relaxed. I don't feel like that, I'm being interviewed and being talked to,
I told you, it's not an interview.
It's smooth.
It's just kicking it, man.
We're just kicking it.
Just kicking it. Have a good time.
I like it.
I'm curious. I mean, I have people on that I want to talk to that I'm generally interested in and want to hear more about. Like, I don't have a lot of rappers on anymore. I've had a lot on, but I'm really trying to not have too many on.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to get pigeonholed. Yeah. I don't want to be.
You don't want to be put in a box.
That's the Kansas City rap podcast. Like, no, I have all kinds of fucking crazy people on. So.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so when I do have a rapper on, it's either gonna, it's gonna be someone who I generally am interested in because I have them hitting me up all the time. There's like I said, there's probably 1,500 rappers in Kansas City.
Jesus.
I would guess just people that think they're rappers or call themselves rappers.
Wow.
And I get them all the time, like, yo, what do I? And they're not even nice about it, They're like, yo, what do I got to do to get on the podcast? Yo, what's up, bro? I think your shit's good. Let me check it. How do I get on? I'm like, you've never checked this shit out.
Dude.
You can just tell. I was like, come on, bro. How do you want to get on and be fucking undeniably good? Let me find you. That's how you get on.
Well, I mean, here's my other thing, too. Is like, that's what I was talking about earlier. Where's the couth? Where's like the...
Yeah.
Because nothing.
Some people are super cool about it, but
some just get all aggressive with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of my biggest problems with it, you probably dealt with this multiple times. That awkward small talk conversation before they ask a favor, or ask to be on the podcast or ask for me and for perspective, they sit there and create this like bullshit small talk before they ask the real question or their main purpose of why they're there.
Yeah.
Like, just start off. Just go ahead and say it and be real about it. Don't act like you give a shit about how my day was. You know?
Yeah.
And just say it, you know? Because I've never talked to you, and you just call and just like message me or called me out of nowhere to ask me how I'm doing. You have an intent.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Like, I see a path here. I don't know where it's going, but I know there's one there.
Yeah, this sounds like that you want me to do something for free, and I don't want to do that. Oh God. Like this here, this is beautiful. Yeah. And, you know, if you ask me to pay to be on it, I get it.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, you got to support people. That's the thing.
Man, this is honestly my selfish endeavor. Like, I don't make any money on this. I just have it because I like laughing and learning, and I just like shit to do. It came from me being in a very dark place in my life and needing something to focus on to get out of that. And so this is like my therapy. Like every week I have a new therapist.
Dude, this is like the coolest exodus I've ever seen. Like, for real. If you were looking to find an outward like positivity in your life, this is the coolest one, I would say.
Hell yeah.
Like, sure as hell beats all the other shit that some people try to do.
What were some of the weird ones you've had? Like, you don't have to name their names, but like you said, one you went into a hotel or
yeah,
something.
I was in a hotel room with one in Kansas City. That wasn't a bad one.
Okay.
I don't think it was a bad one, but the conversation that we had was about a beef that I was not even really included into. And so the conversation just was all about that. It wasn't much.
But the host was having a beef and was just talking
with somebody else. Like, having a beef with somebody else, and I just so happened to be in the middle of it. And I'm like, I've been to a couple of shows of the person that he had a beef with, but I never really had a problem at those shows. I just said no about those shows when I found out who they were as a person. I did a couple of their shows, and I was like, there's nobody here. And that
J-Rod the problem.
Oh, dude, no.
That was my guess. I don't know.
It wasn't it.
Okay.
It was close.
Really?
No. I don't know who that guy is. I'm uplifting. But that was probably the most peculiar one, because I was like, okay, I have a mindset of what I want to talk about in the interview. I'm prepared for those questions. And he's asking curveball questions about something that I know nothing about.
Something you don't want to even be involved with.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, can we just talk about music? Like, can we talk about something positive?
Yeah.
Or more importantly, let's talk about, like, the person that I drove 3 hours to be there.
Yeah.
Like, I want to
respect my time.
And I don't feel like he took it as, like, in the sense of he didn't understand that it was moderately disrespectful. Like, I didn't try to hold it against him, and I still don't like to, because I don't like confrontation.
People like beef, though. People like beef. It sells. It's interesting to people. People get sucked into it. Like just if you have beef with someone, I mean, you even get sucked into it. Like, you don't want to let beef go, and then it just takes over. Like, hate's a very strong feeling that can really overtake a person.
I just don't like it. You know, I'm not a big fan of it. If I don't like you, I'm just gonna try to avoid you. You know, I don't. It's a big enough world. I don't have to be around you.
But you know, the rap games, you gotta have some beef. You yourself, you were into Tupac. Come on, that's the biggest beef of all time.
I know, and it's kind of hypocritical at that point. But me personally, I like internal peace.
Yeah.
You know, me being angry at somebody.
No wonder you and Alan Wayne get along. You guys are a couple. I don't know.
Namaste and
couple
shit.
Namaste and shit brothers.
Yeah, I mean, he's all around cool dude. I like his energy. I like the way he handles himself. He's got good humor. He talks when he wants to talk. Mm-hmm. If he's not just talking about some bullshit, he's never going to do that. Like, he's one of those.
He's deep. He's super deep and thoughtful, and you can tell if he's going to speak something, it's something that he's really thought about and put in some real thought to.
And one of my favorite parts about him is, like, he'll sneak some humor in. Like, you're not even expecting it. You're not even expecting it. You're just sitting there having a conversation, and then he'll just slip something in. Yeah. And everybody's just looking at each other and start laughing. You know, like, dude's a really cool guy. Like, hands down. One of my favorites that I've met around here.
Yeah, he was, I think he was he my first rapper guest. He was my first big rapper guest for the podcast. I found his music and I loved it, and then I just like he was my first person I reached out to who I thought was a bigger name that probably should have come on my show. Like, I was kind of brand new, maybe, I don't even remember, 20 episodes or something like that.
That's fantastic.
And he came on and we hit it off. I mean, he's been my brother ever since.
Mm-hmm.
We had a great interview for about 3 hours, and I had some people in the room with me, and one of the gals kicked the power cord. Zink! We lost the whole interview.
No.
So we had to fire it back up, and then went for like another hour and did like an hour something interview. But we had like 3 hours of just gold. It was just beautiful conversation. And both him and I hate that we lost it, but also love that we lost it. Yeah. Because it made it even that more special, the connection that we made and the conversation. It was just really cool that, hey, like, we just had this real cool connection, and no one else got to hear it, but that's kind of a beautiful thing too.
Absolutely.
And then lesson learned. I learned.
He's so knowledgeable though. Like, he's given me so much, like, within, let's see, I met him the same time I met you. Mm-hmm. At the same time.
Yeah, I introduced you, I think. Yeah.
And that, from there, we've been chatting ever since.
Yeah,
like, we've maintained contact. Through that, he's given me so much, like, game knowledge. Like, he's given me a lot of influence in the sense of, like, how I should handle myself, the demeanor that I should give out.
He's an OG. I mean, he's been around. Like, yeah, that is one dude. If I was a rapper in the game and he was letting me bend his ear, I would be doing that as much as I could. That is a good dude to know and to get information from.
And it was authentic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean. That's why. I mean, he does it. He does it authentically. He's a real one.
Well, like I said, like, I was a fan of his before I even knew who he was. You know, and that's where my biggest thing about this whole scenario is, like, this individual right here is giving me knowledge, free knowledge, and willing to, because he believes in something that I also believe in. And that part right there, it's just cool. You know, it's really cool. Like, this situation right here, this is super cool.
Yeah.
The fact that, you know, you believe in me and what I'm doing. Yeah. It's fantastic. I'm thankful.
It was the suit, man. It was the suit and it was the onstage presence. It was the suit and the hair.
Thank you.
I was like, this G-Eazy ripoff here.
The great value G-Eazy over here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Kroger style.
I wish I remember what I said to you. I did say, oh, you remind me of G-Z mixed with somebody. I can't remember who I mixed you with, but.
Token, I think. You said Token, I think.
Token? Okay.
You said something. It was like Token or Chris Webby. It was another white rapper.
Was it? Okay.
It wasn't MGK. Nobody compares me to
Fuck
MGK.
That guy.
No. R.I.P. to his rap career after going against the greatest. Like,
yeah,
dude.
That's why he turned. Yeah, turned to pop
punk.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, poor guy.
Go eat your fucking oatmeal or cereal, wherever the hell that was elsewhere, buddy.
Dude,
go do that shit with Travis Barker or something.
How are you gonna go against the greatest rapper of all time? Like, I label him the greatest of all time. Like, lyrically, like, freestyle wise, like, delivery, everything is just next level with Eminem. And you're gonna come with auto-tune and a hook on a diss track. Like, do you not remember where he came from? Did you not watch 8 Mile? You had to watch 8 Mile.
He forgot. He watched it when he was a kid.
Oh my god. And then Kill Shot happened. I was like, yep, that's what I expected. But the weird thing is, like, that's how I know we're in, like, a weird generational gap between, like, people like me and the, like, individuals nowadays. Like, oh, MGK killed him. And I went, no.
Well,
I can't.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the gap, there is a gap, like old heads and young heads, I would say. I think a lot of the young heads were like, MGK's song was better. Like, it was a better song. But Eminem destroyed him.
Hands down.
Yeah, he battled him and destroyed him. But MGK's song was probably the better song if you look at it, but not like.
I mean, it was a song.
I mean,
it wasn't a diss track,
right? And that's the old head versus young heads, like the old heads, are like, no, Eminem fucking destroyed him.
Like
Wasn't even
Eminem,
close.
he like literally took situations that was put into that diss track and applied them against him. Like, I was a debate nerd in high school.
Okay, cool.
A little fun fact for everybody out there.
I was a master debater.
Yeah.
Heyo.
The biggest master debater. It's like next level. No. But yeah, and in debate, I kind of like did the same thing. I find the arguments and I piece each individual argument that was brought up and bring a disadvantage or a counter argument against it. That's exactly what Eminem did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you piece by piece it, he added more into it, and then on top of that, answered any sort of questions that would have been left unsaid if he didn't put it in that song. And that's, like, at least through debate nerd standpoint, like, easy.
Nice.
Easy Eminem one. Like, easy. And MGK was just calling him old. And then said he was great at the same time. Like, you're the greatest of all time, yelling at the mic. Like, okay, this is not a diss track at this point. You've already lost. You've already seceded that he's the greatest of all time. So why are you going against the greatest of all time?
That's a good point.
Like, I think it was all media driven. He wanted more of a buzz, and then it turned south because,
I mean, he got in a fight with a lion. He got in the cage with a lion.
he lost.
You know, he thought he was gonna be all right.
No,
You learned real quick. Oh shit!
no,
You don't mess with the goat.
you're done.
You're
It's
done,
game
son.
over. Like, just bacon or paper or plastic. It's a wrap.
Ha.
Wrap it up. It's done.
So what do you got next going on? You're doing, which I think is interesting. You are doing these live shows, which are very controversial and rare right now during this time of this pandemic.
Yeah. Fuck COVID.
Oh yeah, I do know. Fuck COVID is what I'm saying.
Mm.
You're gonna continue doing these? Like, are these still?
If I can. Yeah.
They're still going on.
Yeah. So
How are the turnouts for these things? Are they a lot less than they would have been without COVID, or is it still?
I did a show. Like, I wouldn't say I hosted the show, but I helped pick some of the artists that were on the show, and my manager and I like gathered together and made this decision on creating a show for Jerry Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
So Jerry Robinson was coming into town. Shout out to Strange Music. But Jerry Robinson came into town, and I was co-headlining. That place was packed. The damn thing was packed. We were full occupancy. Like, people could not come in type scenario. It was beautiful.
That's great.
Like, COVID regulations.
That was in Wichita?
That was in Wichita. And we even had the COVID curfew. So, like, in Wichita, the bar will only stay open till 11. And we were able to fill that bitch up and
get them out.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We had Alan there. We had Unique was there. I had one of my buddies, Thane, who's from Wichita. He's like real hip hop, like real hip hop. I like his style. We had Johnny the Good Villain, which that guy is amazing.
It's a funny name.
Yeah,
I like that name.
It's a very good oxymoron, the Good Villain, but with
like
his
Walter
songs,
White.
Exactly. But he's definitely, I mean, his delivery, his style is phenomenal. He's a close friend of mine, and he's a big support.
Nice.
So I had to put him on that show for sure. MAS, which I talked to you earlier,
right.
that triple threat.
Yeah.
He was the beatboxing DJ, and he had his own set where he did a song, and he was also beatboxing during his set. It was amazing. He was halftime. So like there was good artists in the beginning. I don't have them all down, but there was a lot of Kansas City in that blend right there. And then MAS came in, and then after that was like Johnny the Good Villain, Unique, and everybody else, Alan Wayne, and we even had a band.
Oh, cool.
So like the starting
fun.
was like a Sublime kind of style
Sweet
band where they had a little bit of rapping too with it. So we added something a little bit outlandish, and it worked. It was packed, and Jerry Robinson was really cool. I got to meet him afterwards, and I was the one right before him, so he was right in because of the COVID regulations. He was trying to make sure that he was good. And he was able to listen to my set and, let me know, hey, you did a good job, which meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
But, that was packed. I have another one. I was supposed to have one this weekend, but it got canceled. Overbooking.
So you're going to be able to so you're still going to keep doing these live shows. Is that kind of the way to, I don't know, just do things right now?
I think it's more of a statement at this point.
Yeah.
The statement is if I can do it, I know you guys can. So if you're not doing it, or if you don't want to do it, either admit you don't want to do it, but don't lie to yourself and say.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I see very few people like yourself that are putting in the time and the work right now and doing this shit, and a lot of these other people are not.
This is the most opportune time.
Yeah, these people want to get out there.
They have
people are going to go, I got nothing to do, I want to get out and see live music, and then you're going to find new fans that way.
Exactly. And it's people that are like, it's kind of like Joe's. Joe's here, where you wait like an hour before you even...
Joe's Kansas City Barbecue? Joe's? Yeah.
Where you have
Oklahoma Joe's.
You have to wait an hour just to get some food.
Sometimes. You got to go at the right time.
Yeah, I did not go at the right time.
Yeah.
But I think the food tasted 10 times better because of the fact that I was ready for it. Like I was really needing that at that point. And I think it's kind of the same situation here. It's like
Joe's.
The music sounds a lot better because we have a situation where people are, when they're going to the show, it's not just an every weekend type deal.
They're special now.
This is the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Barley Corns was a prime example of that. And that's the venue that we performed at in Wichita. It was a prime example of people like really are finding a way to go out. And here's the crazy part about it. Lil Flip was performing at Rock Island, which is like a few, like, couple yards the other way. And we were still packed.
Oh, nice.
That's what I'm saying. It's like people are yearning to be out.
Yeah, they are.
And
capitalize on that shit, people.
You have to. And that was kind of where I'm going with this is, we kind of got a little bit of a setback. December 12th, we were supposed to have a show again at Barley Corns with Alan Wayne. That got canceled because the regulation in Wichita now is 25 tops in a venue.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. There's no way the venue was going to make money.
I'm so worried about stuff coming down the pike right now. Like, I don't like the shutdowns. Don't work. They're horrible for business, and I am afraid Biden's going to shut the country down as soon as he takes over, and that's really gonna.
That's really why I'm maximizing as much as I can.
Yeah, do it.
Like I have to.
You got like a month and a half left.
And so that's the plan. It's like my buddy Matt and I are literally putting our heads together. We're even trying to figure out if we can get a tour in, squeeze a tour in.
Yeah.
We've got a show for sure December 5th here at the Roxy. We're working on another show midway through, so we're probably looking at maybe the 15th, 16th. We're going to try to. But then we also have Haystack that's coming to Kansas City at the Roxy. We're going to see if we can get on that. But all of those are co-headlining. We're talking to venues in Dallas, which Texas is probably going to be the last one that's ever going to be like COVID regulated.
Yeah, them in Florida, right?
Yeah, because they don't give a damn.
That's right.
That's what I love about Texas. Like you got minimum speed and you can own a tiger. That's fantastic. Shout out to Tiger King. But what I mean by that and where I'm going with it is like we're trying to find areas that we know predominantly is more against the COVID regulations and trying to maximize, at least create a fan base at that time, while in the same token go around and make sure I have my EP done, so then if I'm not able to do shows, I can at least promote and get merch out and things like that, things that I would get revenue from the show and create a fan base with the people that I've gathered in like Texas, Oklahoma. I think the next one is we're looking to fill up Missouri too, like try to hit different spots in Missouri besides just Kansas City. Have
you hit Missouri up yet? Roxy's Kansas.
Yeah. So Kansas City is probably like the Missouri part. I played in downtown Kansas City a couple of times. There's like this wedding venue that I performed at, the Most Hated State of the Union. Performed at another Most Hated venue. It was right by Power and Light District. It was on like 12th Street. So it was right in that area too. And I performed there twice, and performed in Topeka twice. One for the Most Hated.
Get that Midwest down.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to
hold this Midwest. Get on Strange. You got a nice little trajectory. You got a nice plan. It looks like.
Well, I'm working.
Yeah,
I'm working, and anywhere where I can, and it all just comes by being a legitimately nice guy. Just don't be a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, there's no secret to this at all. It's just if you really give a shit about it, you're gonna go and do it. And when you're going to do it, you're going to show respect along the way and, legitimately mean it. When you look somebody in the eye and you say, hey, thank you.
Right.
Mean that shit, because you should. Because without them, without this, without all these cameras, without an awesome individual who's having conversation, not interviewing me,
Holla.
Exactly. That type of energy, that respect, that mutual respect goes a long way. That's all it is.
That's true. The golden rule.
Yeah.
Well, I see you doing big things, Nick Gibbs.
Thank you.
I like what you're doing. I love the suits.
Thank you.
The smoke, the lights, the music, all of it, man. I like what you're doing. Clearly, a lot of other people do too. And man, I mean, there's certain people you put it out there that you want to be on Strange, and that's your goal, and you just dedicate everything you can to doing that. I don't see that not happening for you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot.
Be the next UBI.
That's the next feature. He needs to hit me up. I need to get a song with him for real.
Who you want to work with?
Oh, everybody. Everybody's Strange music, hands down.
I got a couple right now that you'd be like, oh my God, like UBI or...
Well, so...
Gotta Miss, you've met a couple times.
Mm-hmm. Gotta Miss is locked in. So him and I are doing a song for sure.
I can't wait. I love Gotta Miss.
Oh, dude, his wordplay, his delivery. He's just... Like, when he performs live, he's so relaxed. His hands are in his pockets, just, like, sitting there.
Well, he's an OG. He's been doing it forever.
He's like,
yeah.
I'm just out here just fucking killing shit. Cool.
Yeah.
And, I got Joey Cool locked in. Darren Saffron's another one I locked in. C-Lim and I are doing a song. Ones... Yeah.
I've already got some people lined up, huh?
Well, I'm making a whole album.
Okay.
With nothing but strange music artists.
Nothing but features? Strange music features?
Yeah, it's called Strange Addiction.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. When's that going to come out? Probably not for a while. Another year or so?
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
It's all depend. I got to lock in all these features. So, like, Gotta Miss is super busy. So, I'm still waiting on the feature for him.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's been months. And I'm not really in a rush, because... You already know. It's already locked in.
And they're creative people. You don't want to rush creativity. They'll get around to it when they...
You don't ask Picasso to hurry the hell up while he's painting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And same thing with Joey Cool.
You're asking for an ear.
Oh, dude. Just like, hey.
Oh, wait, that's Van Gogh.
That's Van Gogh.
God damn it.
Starry Night.
I'm an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
I'm just kidding.
You got this.
Got this. I'll pull it together, Ryan.
You got it. Recovery. But, yeah, Darren Saffron was really quick. He got his out like that. Like, in and out.
How about Alan Wayne? You gonna do something with him? Try and do something with him, or
I've
unique?
So we created a merger at this point. So like, Alan and I have a mutual respect for my beat maker who made Shit Starter, Crisscross, all these beats that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I want to do a song with your guy, with us. We got to do a song. So that's in the works.
Cool.
Definitely. Like we work too close together already. Like we've.
Hey, I can't wait for that one. I love. Yeah, one of my favorite songs of his is also another of my favorite. CW to Youngblood. They did a song called "The Most Gangsterist," and that's my favorite Alan Wayne song. And then C-Dub put one out, the remix, like a remix of "The Most Gangsterist," and it might be better than the original. They're both so fucking good.
That's amazing.
So good.
He always lays out, and his cadences are unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like some people could predict the song, you couldn't predict it with him, and It's kind of like a scary movie. If you could predict the whole entire scenario of what the scary movie is going to be before it even happens, you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when I watch the Annabelle, I think it's like Comes Home.
Man, I don't know shit about scary movies.
Well, I watched it in theaters because my girl and I are like huge scary movie fans. We'll watch scary movies together. It's kind of our thing. But we're watching this in the theater, and I like predicted everything through that. And her and I both looked at each other and went, holy shit, we just spent $20 each just to expect everything.
Boo.
Boo.
Boo. Alan Wayne, you are not Annabelle.
You're not. You're marvelous. Like,
Marvelous. Simply marvelous.
marvelous. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, this was awesome, man. I appreciate you making this trip
Of course.
all the way out here.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to talk about? I did all the whatever. Is there anything you want to hit on? Is there anything that
So
you were preparing for or wanted me to ask or talk to you about?
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
I just kind of went with you on it, like freestyled it. I feel like that one of my biggest things about having these kind of conversations is if you force something, it doesn't seem authentic.
Yeah.
And this, hands down, authentic. Like, I've enjoyed every minute of it
Good.
so far.
Fuck yeah.
You know, I don't know if you're gonna go crazy right at the end or anything like that, but
No.
No.
This is your time to shine right here. Pimp whatever you want here. Say, ask whatever. Yeah.
So, like, I guess one thing that I would ask, like, as a podcast individual, like, what do you enjoy? Like, what do you get from, like, an artist that makes them want to come here and have that kind of conversation with them? Like, what made you want to hit me up and be like, hey, let's do this?
I just like, it's a few things, really. I guess I'll get super candid with you. I'm always looking for, this podcast is dependent on somebody else. So I always have to get a guest.
Right.
But I don't want just any guest. And so I get people that I'm genuinely interested in promoting or talking to or learning from, or if there's just some kind of experts. Like, I don't know, I had a dude that's a aquaponics expert. That's growing vegetables in fish tanks, basically. And there's fish living in there. You can eat the fish, you can eat the food, and it cycles through and like, it's just amazing shit. Then you got to get these crazy bugs that feed. It's just a whole crazy, it's just insane.
He creates his own ecosystem.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm just a very curious individual.
That's amazing.
And so I just want people on, and then also I like to laugh. Like, I have comics on, and like, hey,
comics
make me laugh, people.
And that's the best part is, you know, you don't put yourself in a box by doing that. You just find your own way. And
it's my show. It's what I want to do. And yeah, so I just reach out to people who I really want to talk to. I mean, that's basically it.
That's awesome.
I don't know what I'm going to do. You are my last guest that I have scheduled.
Really?
I have no more guests scheduled. Today I reached out to one person to see if I can get a schedule for next Sunday. If it happens, it does. If not, I'm going to take a break. I've been going hard at this for, I don't know, I have 120 something episodes. I do one almost every week. It's been over 2.5 years, probably officially.
Wow.
And so I just need to take a break for like probably just December.
Yeah.
So
just smooth out.
Just chill, like not worry about it, not have to work on it, and then come back refreshed in January with just going back at it.
Absolutely. And if you ever want me to come back,
oh, for sure. This was cool, man.
I can always bring a crew too. I got some good people that you would love to meet. Just as crazy as I am.
You know what? You are not the first person from Wichita I've had on the show.
That's awesome.
Almost started a second podcast with these two girls from Wichita.
Really?
But they were flaky and didn't commit. We did like 2 episodes maybe. We called it 2 Chicks, 1 Dick.
Huh.
And it was just like, it was 2 hot chicks and me shooting the shit and making jokes. It was funny.
That sounds terrible. I mean, that sounds awful. 2 chicks and, just you by yourself.
That's pretty bad.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you had to, like, talk to him, too.
Yeah, it's very hard
to
talk to them. But yeah, they're from Wichita and they still live there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, one of them has an OnlyFans page. If you guys are out there, not you, got your lady right here.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say anything, but
No, we're good on the OnlyFans.
But if anybody else out there, if you guys want, you'll check out Mercedes' fat, fine ass. Hit me up. I'll show you the link to
there you go.
her OnlyFans.
You're the plug, man.
I am.
Shout it out.
Plugging it all. But yeah, man, again, I just like having, I'm happy when people can want to come on and do it.
Absolutely. I was actually, fun fact, I was in Knob Noster, Missouri.
Okay.
So I was hanging out with my cousins, plural. We were sitting there like last night, and they're like, when do you have to go and do this interview? I was like, well, it starts at 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So we literally drank till about 1 o'clock.
Oh, nice.
And then woke up and was like, oh, shit, we got to go. So we had that breakfast burrito.
Yep.
Yeah. So I had a breakfast burrito this morning with a mimosa and said, all right, let's go.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah.
And here you are. You showed up. I appreciate it, man. This was a fun time.
Absolutely.
We'll do this again.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait to see more stuff come out.
Absolutely.
And I hope I get a chance to catch you live again. I want to see the new upgrades and all that stuff. So,
dude, anybody watching right now who lives in the Kansas City area, hit me up, Nick Gibbs 316 on Facebook, and also search me on Instagram if you have that too, Nick A Gibbs 93, and like hit me up for a ticket because you don't want to miss this Joey Cool show for sure.
dope.
You do not. Like, if you can make it, I will save you a ticket for real.
When is it?
It's December 5th.
What is that? Saturday?
That's a Saturday, yeah.
Those are hard for me. I got my kids on the weekends.
That's true.
I'm not a huge Joey Cool fan.
I mean, if you don't want to go, that's fine. But it will be on
I didn't mean
video.
to say that loud, but he's fine.
He's amazing. I like his style.
I respect him. He's just not for me. But I respect him. He seems like a cool dude to hang out. I've seen him around. He seems cool, but I'm just his music. I don't love, but I'm not hating on the dude. I respect the shit out of him.
Yeah, he's super dope.
Yeah,
and I mean, at that Roxy show, he stopped me. And
yeah, I saw him out there. Yeah,
like that was the coolest experience ever. Cause like I'm a big fan of his music.
I can tell you shouted him out.
Oh, dude, Joey Cool's shit.
Yeah.
And you know when he took time out of his day to listen to my performance and then compliment it and tell me to hit him up, give me his personal number.
It's awesome, man.
Like that's an honor.
Yeah.
Like from somebody.
Dude, those
like
strange
that.
music dudes, most of them seem pretty legit cool. Just regular dudes.
They're really nice.
Yeah.
Like I've never met one that I didn't like.
Cool.
I mean, there's some that like, you know, you don't know me yet, individual. So like you're like, okay, yeah, cool. I know you, but you don't know me type scenario. But then, you know, once we break that gap,
Yeah.
you know, then it becomes real and it's super cool. Like the experiences that I've had with strange music in particular. That's why.
It's gonna happen.
That's the
It's
one.
gonna happen.
I mean, that's why I want to work with them. You know.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's
because
dope. I love the artists there.
dude, all of them.
It's gonna happen. I see it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nick Gibbs, this was amazing.
Thank you.
Everybody go to Spotify, check out Nick Gibbs.
Yes.
That's it. I mean, he's got more coming out. Look for this dude in the future. Follow him. Follow me at Neandertalk Pod on Instagram. Hit me up at neandertalkpodcast.com. That's it, man. Bye.